Hi everyone, I'm Sil, and for today's listening practice, we're going to talk about favorite foods. What are your favorite foods? Mine, I think, might be a little surprising to a lot of people. Well, at least if you live in a country like Canada, um, where nobody eats this food, then you might be surprised. My favorite food is beef tongue. And I say you might be surprised only because I know that in many countries, the idea of eating beef tongue just sounds gross. I think some people are just grossed out by it. At least my friends and my family were when I tried to introduce them to it. They were all like, "No, come on, just try it. No, come on, just try it. No." So I had a lot of trouble getting people to try it, at least in Canada. I don't know. In your country, is tongue considered a normal everyday food, or is it considered gross and disgusting and nobody wants to eat it? In Canada, I mean, some people eat it. It's for sale, so some people buy it. And from what I understand, there are countries, and I'm not sure where, but I think like Eastern Europe, countries there eat tongue, but they normally prepare it by boiling it or putting it in a stew, I think. Again, I don't know. I really know almost nothing about how they do it there. All I know is in Japan, they do it differently. They don't, well, they do make tongue stew. That is a thing. But the restaurants that you go to are famous for their grilled tongue. So it's just like on a barbecue grill, right, over charcoal or some kind of flame. And they slice the tongue into, thick slices, and then they grill it over charcoal and then serve it with rice and a couple of other little sides. And it's amazing. It's amazing. It's just one of the best foods I've ever tasted in my entire life. I have to admit, though, the first time that I tried it, it took some coaxing, it took some convincing. My friends, they're like, do you want to try this? I'm like, what is it? Beef tongue. Like, ooh, no, keep that away from me. And they're like, come on, you should try it. It's good. And I'm like, no, no, it's okay. And I refused several times. But then, I don't know, I was watching how everybody was really enjoying it. And I thought, Sil, you should really, you know, try new things, be open minded. And if you don't like it, you don't like it. That's okay. You can eat something else and wash out the flavor. So I thought, why not? Let's try it. And I tried a piece, and my first impression of it was not great, but it wasn't terrible. The taste was not bad. I didn't think it tasted bad, but I had so much trouble mentally to get over the idea that I was chewing on a big, thick piece of tongue. And it was just mentally, that's what the hard part was. It was the accepting the fact that I'm chewing on a big, thick piece of beef tongue, and the texture was quite different from what I was used to. It's not quite like liver, and it's not like steak. It's hard to describe. It's slightly rubbery, but not really rubbery, if that makes sense. Like you can bite through it very easily, but it has a little bit of just it has a little bit of give, like rubber. But again, it's hard to describe. If you try it, you'll know what I mean. But anyway, delicious. At least grilled. I've had it in stew. To be honest, in stew, it doesn't taste that different from any other stewing meat, in my opinion. So in a stew, I think it loses a lot of the flavor. I've tried it in curry also. It loses its tongueness, if that's a word. But grilled, man, it's just the best. So anyway, that's one of my favorite foods. I don't really consider it my number one anymore. Now it's just one of my favorite foods. I don't think of ranking my favorites anymore. Now it's just like, what are the things you really, really, really like? That's what I consider my favorites. So I got beef tongue in there. I've got, good quality, steak, like a ribeye is probably my favorite one because it has a lot of fat on it. In Japan, they have Wagyu, which is absolutely amazing. Um, yeah, so a good steak is good. I enjoy that. That's probably near the top. Good pizza, right? For me, pepperoni pizza or a deluxe, like with pepperoni and bell peppers and onions and olives and maybe some kind of ground beef or spicy sausage, uh, whatever, a whole bunch of things. So I'm either kind of plain with just pepperoni, or kind of give me everything. Or just make it a whole deluxe and throw everything on there. But yeah, those two I like. In Japan, there are some foods that I discovered in Japan that are not that well known outside of Japan. Like for example, curry and rice. So it's a Japanese curry. It's not Indian curry. I guess somebody developed it from Indian curry, maybe, but Japanese curry and rice. And on top of that, they will put like a fried pork cutlet. So in Japanese, it's called katsu kare. Katsu is like the Japanese word for cutlet, right? They sound similar, right? Katsuretto is how they would say it in Japanese. So, but anyway, yeah. So pork cutlet on rice with curry. Honestly, I have a lot of favorites. I love tacos. I like Taco Bell. Although I prefer the tacos I make at home, but I love tacos, fried chicken. Man, I could eat fried chicken, every day if, well, maybe not every day, but I could eat it pretty often. Roast chicken. I love getting myself a big roast chicken and eating it with rice. I'm used to eating rice after spending so much time in Japan. So for me, most meals I have, I like having rice with it now. It's just, I don't know. There's something about rice. It's kind of bland and it balances out the richer flavors of meats, fatty meats, etc. So I like that. I mean, but I like everything. I like Indian food. I like Greek food. I like Italian food, Chinese food. In fact, right now I'm waiting for my Chinese food to arrive. I ordered it half an hour ago, and any moment they're going to be here with it. Um, so I don't know. I have more that I'm not able to think of right now off the top of my head because everything is off the top of my head, my hair included. But yeah, so that's it. Now I'll throw it back to you. What are your favorite foods? What foods make you really just go, that is so good? Whatever your favorite foods are, leave them in the comments. I would love to hear what your favorite foods are. And with that, I will end this video and I will see you in the next one. So thanks for watching. Bye.